Well, Mother, I know I haven't been posting much of anything lately. Um, but I guess life just got in the way. And today's Sunday, so tomorrow is yet another surgery on my body, to which I am not excited about. But I see, I didn't realize it. I didn't realize how much anxiety the thought of this particular surgery was bringing upon me. For the lack of a better term, I call it the PTSD. I guess once I heard I was having another surgery, and once he told me it wasn't replaceable or, it wasn't repairable, and I got to just thinking about mostly my feet. 5 or 6 surgeries I had on my feet, and it just kept getting infected and kept one thing after the other, and just simple shit getting messed up. And it's been weighing on me, and it's so I got up one day and I told Angela, I said something. I mean, we knew it. I mean, I wasn't acting right. I hadn't been eating. I think I've lost 15 pounds, and I'm still not eating really to speak of. So they went in there and drew blood. Blood work came back fine, but he said, it's just, he says, your anxiety is just taking over your body. And I knew I was stressed out about stuff, but I guess I never really paid attention to the effects of what stress and anxiety can do to because I know very well what it can do. I guess I just, in my mind, thought I had passed that or matured past it, or, that I was on my medicine. But apparently that wasn't the case. So he could tell. He said, "Yeah, you're not doing well." So he put me on an anti-anxiety medicine that I'm supposed to use up until tomorrow. And I've been taking it, and it took the edge off a little bit, but it by far is not a miracle pill. And then he decided to up my antidepressant, because no doubt I'm going to be a miserable fuck laying in bed again for however long. But anyway, so tomorrow's surgery, you can tell how excited. But I got to thinking about just all the drama the family has had this year. It all sort of culminated toward the end of the year, and I think of that sort of pace haste, hurried march into Westminster. I knew we all sort of thought we were going to wait until springtime and spend a few more events there and then sell it. But the opportunity opened and you all had to move in. And, so that kind of put a damper on at least your plans, as well as everyone else's. And I guess, in a sense, it was a blessing in disguise because, of course, you fell out. I can't remember exactly what fibromyalgia, whatever the hell was wrong with you. had your time in the hospital, a couple of weeks, I guess, and then PT. Almost missed the last Christmas at Bay or Creekview. And then Joyce, God love her, she goes in for another semi-routine operation on her back. And I guess to the point of my fears of going into something semi-routine, something stupid happens, she gets an abscess and infected, and I mean, she's back in the hospital on death's bed. I mean, just based on the reports I was getting, I didn't think she was going to make it. All this happened in the past 6 to 8 weeks, I guess. And, but, it's just her strength of will, love and desire. She got up out of that fucking bed. She wasn't ready to go. Anyway, so as I said, I had a bit of a breakdown, mental episode, I guess, but I had sense enough to go to the doctor and tell him what was going on, got some medication going. I'm trying my ass off not to drink. And it's not easy. But, you can't, you're not supposed to drink on certain, especially the new medicines, and you're not supposed to drink after the surgery because of the opioids. And I'm like, God, that's the only current pleasure I get out of life is a beer and a scotch. I'm giving it a shot. And I'm thinking about how it's kind of like when I was in bed or wheelchair when it was fucking feet injury. You can't function. You can't do what you want to do. You're not a part of anything. And I think that's got under my skin too. It's like I've been sort of put on a forced hiatus from the job. And there's really, at the current time, there's not anything to be done because they're still documenting, recording, and it's almost a little bit of a ghost town. So it makes sense for me not to be there just wasting dollars. But at the same time, when you've been so invested in a part of something for so long, and then it's just up and disappear. You all know how much I hate cell phones. Just technology as a whole, but I have been sucked into it. And it's amazing how, even with my limited capabilities, and you go to a job site or something and you get 4 or 5 phone calls, job related, you get a few texts, and that's been going on for a couple of years, and then boom, your phone is silent. What the hell? And you don't know what's going on. You're not a part anymore. And that was just like messing with my head. But anyway, sidetrack. So this is yet another probably controversial story. I forget exactly. I want to say it was Rebecca's second marriage, or it might have been the big King get together. I don't know, something, there was shit going on. You know, we all have, some things are more important than others. As I've, you know, some things are super dramatic, and other things just don't seem like they're worth your time worrying about. And I guess when I wrote this, I didn't think anything big deal was going on, but apparently the rest of the world did. And I was basically looked at for being a prick because I was, I don't know, I guess I wasn't being sensitive enough to whatever the situation was. But as I said, or as I'm getting ready to say, life has plenty of drama in it without creating more. So this is called The Wolf Comes Clean with a Little Soap. And to all you youngsters out there used to be what they call soap operas on every day. And it was just nothing but drama, 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 show after show after show for 4 hours. So, in the days of our lives, as the world turns, a guiding light shines upon all my children at the General Hospital. How's that for dramatic? I mean, talk about a soap opera. In the span of 1 hour, you could turn on the TV and get all the drama you could stand. Who's sleeping with who? And the father is the backstabbing mother-in-law, the money-grubbing patriarch grandfather, the murdering illegitimate stepson. You name it, soaps have got it. Want to escape your boring, insignificant life? Want to escape your overstressed, overworked life? You just want to escape? Turn on the tube. But remember, it's only a show. It's drama. It's not real. It seems that some people forget this, or to be more accurate, they just don't want to face reality. They become directors of their own little soap opera. And to have a soap opera, you gotta have drama, and lots of it. The more outlandish, fantastic, or villainous it is, the better. After all, no one watches boring soaps. The problem is, when this self-induced soap opera begins, some of the participants don't know they're actors in a play. Still others know they are, but just don't want to play their part. The ironic thing is, that whether you are an active participant or not, you create drama by default. Ignorance of the theme simply makes you a Shakespearean pawn, while knowledge of the plot makes you a reluctant villain. Either way, the director gets what they want, drama. I try to avoid all this drama. I mean, isn't there enough real stuff going on without trying to create more? I know sometimes you have to take one for the team. I certainly have. This year alone, on 3 or 4 separate occasions, you could have caught me acting in plays where everyone knew I had been miscast. But that's life. Still, too much bending will lead to a break. The director starts to think you're on the payroll. But be cautious. In an effort to quell the drama, you may create more. As I said, avoidance generally makes me a villain, and you can't have a good soap without a villain. When you think about it, trying to be evasive probably makes the drama worse, or better, depending on who you are. You see, in the mind of the director, the stage is set and the script is written. The conflict is arbitrary, maybe an illness or money troubles, problems at school or work, new loves or old flames. Whatever the conflict is, you better be ready in your supporting role, or get used to being typecast as the villain. hateful, selfish, unsupportive bad guy will be your role from here on out. Trust me, they don't hand out Tonys, Oscars, or Emmys for this kind of drama. But you know, I generally don't care. I revel in my villainy, not out of spite or vindictiveness, but out of indifference. Like watching a 24-hour Saving Private Ryan marathon. 18 hours in, that D-Day scene just isn't so dramatic. You get used to being the villain. It's not like you have a choice, unless you become something you're not. Then you're just a puppet who's manipulated by thin strings of mental illness. I'd rather be the bad guy. Not because I'm bad or uncaring or selfish, but because I live in reality. I won't live my life on the end of someone else's string or be a pawn in some dramatic game. I've got real issues in the real world, and just because I don't broadcast them to the masses for the sake of drama, don't think I'm not the hero in my own little soap. Which is kind of funny now that I got this YouTube channel. Broadcast everything on my mind. Fuck. Call me the villain. I don't mind. Like sinking steamboats and dead owls, I don't give a hoot. I'd rather be the wolf. Think about it and be honest. About the third time all the townspeople came running to the help that boy who cried wolf, weren't you getting a little tired of the story? Weren't you secretly hoping there really was a wolf? Weren't you just a little happy when the real wolf showed up? What did we learn from that story? So call me what you like and think what you will. I'll play the bad guy because, believe it or not, some people like the bad guy. I like the bad guy. So does my wife and my children. In fact, I have so many people who love and support me in my villainous ways. People who have directly and indirectly shaped and molded who I am. People who have helped me ascend to my antagonist status. I am so thankful for their influence and support, for it was these people who taught me that the wolf was not the villain. It was the little boy creating drama. The thing is, drama, like shit, happens. And you don't have to be surrounded by drama to have a dramatic experience. But if you're so busy trying to create it, you may miss the real stuff when it actually happens. Or even worse, just like watching that D-Day landing over and over again, you may desensitize yourself to the really important things. I hope I can get through this without fucking crying for a change. Take my mother and father, for instance. I have burdened them with some very real drama, and as much as they have helped me through them, what I am truly thankful for are boring memories of arrowhead hunting and Bayvine breakfast, fishing trips at Pocahontas, and perpetual soccer games. Nine-hour trips with dogs in our laps, and 9-minute trips to put dogs to rest. Memories that may seem boring and dramaless, but are eternally dramatic to me. Even my good friend Tim, whom I'd had many a dramatic experience, I am most thankful for hundreds of utterly speechless fishing trips, and the fact that every 4 or 5 months, instead of talking, we exchange poetry and stories we've written. If you made a soap opera about two middle-aged men sitting in a boat, not talking, but reading each other's poetry, it would be canceled before it ever got on TV. But in reality, what could be more dramatic? I could go on and on with my boring memories about my grandparents, aunts and uncles, dozens of cousins, and friends of all shapes and sizes. But they're just too many to list, and they're not very dramatic. So to all of you who have helped me acquire my villainous status and have provided me with all the drama I care to remember, I thank you. I hope you know that when real drama happens, I will be there to help. Just remember, when the wolf comes knocking on your door, be sure to let him in, because it's probably me. I'm not sure I've gotten through anything that I've written without busting a tear or just sobbing uncontrollably. And to think I'm on more antidepressants. Anyway, I think we've had our fair share of drama for the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023, and I'm sure there's more to come. As I said, I'm going to be playing mind games with myself for the next, let's just hope, let's hope it's 6 weeks and not 12 or some dumb shit. Ghost in my shop. Any rate, I got one more video I'm going to try and make, if not two, and I'll try and post them this evening. And then we'll see what happens. Alright, love you. Try and make another one next Sunday.